Welcome to race day here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. The grandstands are filling up nicely and there was a real buzz around the paddock this morning that today's race could be a cracker. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. A tough race in store then for our drivers today, so tell me, Anthony Davidson, what will you be looking out for as the cars make their way down into turn one?
Well, first of all, let's hope that everyone's well behaved and we can have a nice incident-free start. That initial release is going to be the most interesting thing, and the clean side of the grid will be better rubbered in, so keep an eye out for cars over there potentially making their way through.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Kimi Räikkönen starts today from pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Bottas, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Sainz, Grosjean, Ocon and Kevin Magnussen, Alonso, Perez, Nico Hülkenberg and Van Dorn, Sirotkin, Gasly, Lance Stroll and Charles Leclerc. Hartley and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Your front wing is damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it. Okay, back to the pits. You need a new front wing. Box now. The drivers we're racing are Ocon and Verstappen. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. Green flag. That looked bad. Are you all right? Let me know you're all right. Fantastic. 2 cars at once. Very well done. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, so the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Nico Hülkenberg, hasn't it? Very clean, very smooth. He can be...
Based in the magnificent Ardennes countryside, Spa hosted its first Grand Prix back in 1925. This historic track is loved by drivers and fans alike. So it's welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. As the drivers complete their preparations down below us on the grid, one man who's no stranger to the pre-race pressure is Anthony Davidson, who joins me in the commentary box today. Great to have you with us, Ant. I'm sure you can tell us all about what goes through a driver's head before lights out.
Well, from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, Kimi Raikkonen and Bottas, Alonso, Magnussen, Van Dorn and Esteban Ocon, Hülkenberg, Sainz, Romain Grosjean and Perez, Gasly, Stroll, Sergei Sirotkin and Marcus Ericsson. Leclerc and Brendan Hartley rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, remember to brake early for turn 1 as the pack's going to bunch up. There's plenty of runoff if things get too close. Alright, well done off the line, we're in a good position. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. This is your final lap of the race. You worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One. And that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day was Nico Hülkenberg. He did a cracking job moving through the field and just highlighting why he's so high.
The crowd are here and they're here in numbers for the first race of the season. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. Here's the track then, 16 corners, 6 to the left and 10 to the right. They make up the 3.3 miles around Albert Park Lake, with turn 1 and 3 providing the best opportunities to pass. Joining me to talk you through the action today is Anthony Davidson. And give us an idea of what kind of thing you're going to be looking out for today.
Well, the big question for me is whether or not we're going to see the cars able to follow each other closely enough to overtake, especially through the fast sections here. Of course, we've got DRS and that will help on the straights, but it's still no good if you're coming off the previous corner too slowly or too far behind.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, and Raikkonen, Ocon, Van Dorn, Magnussen, and Nico Hülkenberg, Grosjean, Alonso, Carlos Sainz, and Perez, Sirotkin, Hartley, Lance Stroll, and Charles Leclerc. Ericsson and Pierre Gasly rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, remember to protect the inside on the run down to turn 1. Make yourself as wide as possible, robust but fair. Be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race. What happened? Let me know you're okay. Okay, you've got to leave room for other cars. We can't take too many penalties. Two cars in one go. Great job. Really impressive. You have a lot of wing damage. Box for a new one. OK, clear. Nice work, that brings you up a place. Right, some information on Grosjean. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car. Are you all right? Engine off, engine off. Try to stay with him, he might make a mistake. He could still regain the position. Green flag. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. The gap to the car behind is 7.0 seconds. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, you've put me in a bit of a tight spot today, but I think I'll go for Pierre Gasly. He kept a cool head under pressure and made the most of some difficult circumstances.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.